Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loner Ranger, and I have a great guest with me today, my friend Jay Heckendorn from EXP Realty. Jay brings a wealth of knowledge to the real estate community, and he and I were just talking about we were talking about the foreclosures, and then we started talking about on break. What was you mentioned something that I thought was pretty impactful.
So it's interesting. There was when the pandemic hit, there was a lot of anxiety and nervousness about the market, rightfully so.
Shoot, I let 4 people go. What the biggest mistake I ever made?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm like, we're in a pandemic. I got to lay some people off, and my business exploded.
And so here's the funny part is now that the demand is very high, and the way that I look at it, when people ask me, is this the right time of the market? Are we in some kind of bubble? When it comes to a primary residence, the home that you're going to live in, everybody needs a place to live.
You have to have somewhere to live.
And so you have 2 choices. You're either going to pay rent or you're going to make a mortgage payment.
So when you pay rent, how do you accumulate wealth if you're paying rent?
You
don't.
The landlord gets it. The landlord
gets rich. Right?
Yeah, the landlord
and you
gets
get
rich.
poor. And rents are going up actually faster than home prices right now.
That's right. And the rent itself on the monthly payment is more than what a typical house, and generally speaking,
your rent is going to be at least the same. It's not going to be a lot less.
But here's the other factors that a lot of people do not understand. So you're making that payment, but every month that you're making payment, especially if you keep the home for at least 7 years, right? At that point, you start paying down your principal. So with every payment, which would be the same or maybe even less than what rent would be, you're not only paying down your loan,
right,
but your house is also going to appreciate, right? And right now it's going up about $3,000 a month.
So last year we went from last year in the local counties, we saw an average of about 15% appreciation.
That's correct.
We are exploding even more than that right now. So here's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're listening to this show right now, are you able to save $3,000 a month? Because that would be the equivalency as to what real estate is doing right now. You would say, so if you go in there and you went, hey, I want to buy a house that's $325,000. Oh, what do you mean? I got to pay $330,000 for it? Yeah, you got to pay overpriced for it. But you make $3,000 a month as these properties continue to appreciate in value. It's the easiest way to accumulate rent or wealth. There's no such thing as a rich renter. They don't exist.
No.
Renters don't get rich. Renters get poorer. Landlords get richer. Homeowners, you got to live in a house anyway, Jay.
Well, and that's why I say I've never cared my entire career. I've never cared about the market when it comes to the home I live in.
No, who does?
You got to live there.
You got to live somewhere anyway. And why not make money on real estate? And houses aren't going to get cheaper. Interest rates are going up. Houses continue to rise in price. There's a shortage of them. There's a shortage of inventory, and the cost of material and labor is going up every day. So what do you think is going to happen to your house? You buy a home now for $325,000, it's going to be worth probably $400,000 within the next year.
Well, and the other way to look at it too is, especially with today's rates, right? Where can you borrow money for 3%?
Right.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
It's insane.
You know, when I got in, it was the average interest rate was 10 to 11, and people were grateful when it got to like 9.5.
Sure, I had a 9.5% monthly adjustable.
Oh, no.
Monthly adjustable was my first house at 9.5%. And you know what? I made a ton of money on that house too. So it didn't matter at the end of the day what the interest rate is.
That's right.
It made no difference. And now I look back and I wish I would still have every house that I ever owned, because I could easily just retire today with the wealth I would have made if I would have never sold, and then sold when I'm ready to retire. And I teach that class in my wealth building class. If you want to check out my wealth building classes or any of the classes I teach on construction lending, on I teach a great class to real estate agents so that you have a better perspective on what's going on in the mortgage market and things you need to know, called my Mortgage Strategies for Realtors. And that will be on my calendars. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Go to my events page and click on the calendar, and you'll see where all my events are. If you want to view this on my YouTube channel, go to the Bruce Woodburn YouTube channel or Lona Ranger Radio YouTube channel. If you want to listen to it on a podcast on iHeartRadio, we'll be available on iHeartRadio as well. If you'd like to talk to Jay, Jay's a great guy he's an interesting guy too. I'm going to tell you that. He's a very interesting guy. Okay. If you want to talk to my friend Jay, just contact me at the office, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Talking with Jay Heckendorn, EXP Realty. Jay's got a wealth of knowledge, not only in general real estate, been in the business for 32 years, but he's got a great deal of knowledge when it comes to dealing with banks, foreclosures, short sales, loss mitigation, things of that nature. But Jay, we were talking about why you should buy now. And we talked about appraisals because you and I have both been experiencing the appraisals are starting to come in low again.
Yeah.
And when we say low, they're not low appraisals. They're just not keeping up with the price.
Well, and it's so difficult because under the guidelines for appraisals, they have to look back at what's already closed. So when you have a market that's rising and they're looking back, the value that you're getting is based on anywhere, between last month and 6 months ago.
Right.
You're not allowed to reflect the trajectory. You can try to explain
future value.
Yeah, future value is speculative, right?
Right.
And lenders do not like to speculate.
No.
That's why we're not going to have as many foreclosures.
That's right.
So, there's challenges, but you can overcome those challenges. So if an appraisal does come in low, well, the first thing you want to do then is reason with the seller. Come in compassionate and just logical and explain the situation, because obviously that seller's going to run into the same situation with any other finance offer.
Well,
okay?
And not only that, they're going to say, hey, dude, your appraisal came in $20,000 low, but I got 5 offers on the table.
Well, and another thing you could do, your second step, or maybe even first step, is you could rebut the appraiser. If there's an error, so if your agent, if not, I can do it. Yeah. Right. So you can review the appraisal and look for errors, make a suggestion to address those errors. And I've done that several times where the appraiser would then amend their appraisal, and we were able to get the deal through.
And that can happen. It really just
doesn't
depends.
happen often, though.
It's not as. Listen, appraiser doesn't want to kill your deal. They don't.
No.
That's not their job. But their job also is pretty strict. So if an appraiser is not making their adjustments based on guidelines, because the appraisal's underwritten with your mortgage when you're getting your mortgage. If the appraiser is getting outside of the scope, then the appraiser could be spanked. In terms of, I've seen lenders, matter of fact, you can go to the Wells Fargo site, Bank of America site, and they've got a list of excluded appraisers. Why? Because they went outside of the scope and they didn't like it.
Right.
So that you can get cut off and it can affect their livelihood. So if you have any questions about that, it's a crazy market right now, but we're having a lot of fun in it. Real estate is like it's raining real estate right now, you guys. So don't sit on the sidelines of life. Get into the game. Call me at 407-706-3313. The Lone Ranger, he's going to help you get into a house. That's what we do around here. We help you guys get into houses, and I'll make sure you get the best mortgage for you. Maybe you're a veteran. I specialize in VA loans. No money down. VA, as long as you don't have any outstanding VA loans, you can go up to $1.5 million with no money down. Come on, it's no brainer for you. What about USDA for all my friends out there that are buying maybe in Lake and Osceola County, Polk County? USDA may be an option, 100% financing. How about FHA? I closed 2 loans last month that had mid 550 credit scores. I don't know a bank around that'll do that. I got one right now, 557. I closed one at 561 last month. I didn't think the loan would ever go through. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think it would go through, but it did, and we closed it. And I'm going to tell you, that client is happier than a clam. But that's what we do here at CrossCountry Mortgage. We're going to fight for you. You call me at 407-706-3313. I am the loan arranger. I am here to help you get into a house. Go to WeBringYouHome.com and I'll help you there as well. Jay, I want to thank you so much for attending my show today. We had a great time.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah,
great
what a
to
great
see you
experience. And I can't wait to have you back again. Will you be my guest again?
Of course.
Fantastic.
My
We'll be
honor.
back next week, same time, with more of the Loan Arranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. Have a great night.